And South Korea continues to attract more foreign direct investment despite uncertainties linked to the war in Ukraine and other supply bottlenecks. In fact, FDI in the first 3 months of this year rose to the highest level on record for the first quarter, largely helped by growth in the manufacturing sector. Kim Sung-min reports.
Despite global uncertainties, South Korea in the first quarter reported more foreign direct investment than in the first quarter of any other year. According to the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Energy on Thursday, some $5.4 billion in FDI was reported in quarter one, an increase of 15% compared to the previous year. It wasn't just the amount itself, either, as the number of investment cases increased by almost 30% to total at 830. The bumper increase comes at a time when the world is grappling with growing external risks due to the war in Ukraine, as well as the ongoing supply chain disruptions. The government says some quality investments have been newly made, especially in raw material, parts, and machinery. In particular, foreigners invested heavily in manufacturing, with the figure growing more than 260%, driven largely by country's food industry as well as machinery and semiconductors. While investments in the service sector was down 9%, this was because of the unusually high investment made last year, including over $2.1 billion worth of investment that came from the EU. A decline in internet and telecom investments further drove down the figure. Despite the shortfall, the service sector still accounted for almost 70% of the total investments. While the U.S. expanded its investment to Korea by almost 300%, the Greater China region invested the most, accounting for around 22% of the total. The EU was the only region to see a decline, falling 81%, but that was again due to the base effect from the previous year. And South Korea continues to see steady growth in the so-called greenfield investment, meaning most of the companies chose to start their operations in South Korea instead of buying the stocks or bonds in an existing company. Greenfield investment more than doubled to account for almost 70% of the total investment in Q1. Since that type of investment is often considered as a one of more quality, the steady growth can be considered as a positive sign for the country's overall FDI. Kim Sung-min, Arirang News.